one of the greatest obstacles for most people in experiencing peace in daily living is the problem of emotional regulation. And we are so quick to run off to the forums to seek advice from experts, yet we keep falling into the same trap. Something happens and something just triggers us, and we find ourselves completely absorbed into that chain of thought, and then we start berating ourselves. We start criticizing ourselves for falling into that chain of thought, chain of thinking. And that thinking is extremely painful. But what happens here is that try whatever you may want to, but your emotional regulation is not going to happen till you keep sticking to your story, the story of your life, which means this happened to me, that happened to me, they were responsible for my misery, till your attention is completely going outwards to other objects. When I say objects, I include people and all and the rest, everything else apart from me, till you retain the subject-object split, the me blaming the other, shaming the other for my misery. There is never going to be any peace. And without peace, there is never going to be emotional regulation. And without emotional regulation, there will be no productivity. There will be no state of mind where you can write, read, or be of assistance to others. In fact, with emotional regulation, you are going to be nuisance to others and you're going to be harsh to yourself. So other includes, when I use this word, that includes the relationship with thoughts, with beliefs, with ideas, and with people. Till you maintain some sort of a conflict with the other, keeping the separation alive, you are bound to be troubled emotionally. And the triggers will occur and they will be hard. And in psychology, you will be diagnosed by certain conditions that you have this. And they will offer you solutions too. But at the root of it, now sometimes that's fine. Sometimes it's okay to take help, therapy, all these things are there. But at the root of it, you are holding on to a story in your mind. And that story creates this image of poor me. What about me, my life? It's all self-centered thinking, which leads to this kind of conflict in one's life. You want to do good. You want to be productive. You want to make a better life for yourself. But at the root of it, you also cling on to the thought that you are unworthy. And not just that, you are relying on psychological time to heal you, and the time does not exist. There is no such thing as a psychological time. Psychological time is a measure that says, right now I am this person, I am reactive, I have this conditioning, I suffer from PTSD, BPD, or NPD, or whatnot. And you say that I cannot help it because it's too powerful. And you try to fight it, you try to suppress it, you try to avoid it, you try to throw blame on others, you try to shame others in order to avoid that pain. But what you're not doing essentially is taking the attention inwards. What you're not doing is not living with a sense of responsibility, not towards the other, but with the sense of responsibility, as Jittu Krishnamurti said. What is happening inwardly? what is happening within you. You're not willing to take a look at it, and you are making up all kinds of excuses. So you rely on psychological time, and you know that that time does not exist, that measure does not exist. You say that I am working towards it, and slowly I will be there where I will be healed and calm. And only when that happens, I'm going to be productive, I'm going to be better to the world. But that's a lie the mind is telling. Because mind does not want that. Mind wants drama. And what is drama based on? Drama is based on your personal story. This is what I am. This happened to me. People did not treat me kindly. Therefore, I am entitled to behave as I want to. I am entitled to leave people if I want to. I am entitled to connect with anybody I wish to. I keep living with these thoughts in my mind and always keep that separation between me and the other alive. Now, the masters say that you can drop it right now, in this very instant. Because if you are relying on psychological time, the separation between what I am right now and what I will be in future, that is purely based on imagination. Psychological time is based on imagination, and there is no such thing as psychological time. So you can drop this right now, in this very instant. And yes, it requires courage, because it requires bypassing that pain. Because your mind is constantly connected to a story. So it says, today I cannot do this. Today I cannot do that. Today I don't feel like going to work. But if you just recognize that this is just a trick the mind is playing. Now, of course, I'm not saying that torture yourself and push through. If you need to rest by all means. But at the same time, be aware of what the mind is trying to tell you. Mind is just fixated with your story. Do you even know what happened to me? How I have suffered in life? And mind makes it so personal. Mind convinces you that you are the only person on this planet who's suffering the most. While all others are extremely happy, they are enjoying their life, they are they are contributing to the world, they are writing poetry, they are making money, they are well off, with good careers, with good family life, and I am the one who's suffering. This is what your mind wants to make you believe, because that attracts attention towards it. Mind wants to expand through its story by sticking to its story. So the question is right now, and don't answer in yes or no. The question is, can you let go of this story in this instant? Can you let go of this story right now in this instant? What does it take you to drop this story? Tell me why you cannot drop the story. What's your excuse? You can write in the comments box if you like. What is your excuse for not giving up your story? Do you see this mind's movement? What stops you from taking action in life? It's just the story. And a part of story is, I am unworthy, I am not good enough. How long are you going to stick to it? It can be dropped in an instant, as there is no time. Depending on time is worthless. It's not going to solve anything. It's just going to keep you back in the loop of thinking and rumination, or trap you into the dead past, or keep you into an imaginary future. It's worthless. So again, thank you for those who are supporting me on Patreon. Your support helps. It helps a lot. And this week's supporter is Rajiv for contributing on Patreon. Thank you, Rajiv. And those who want to help with this channel and with the technical infrastructure, you can support on Patreon. The link is in the description. Thank you. Take care.